Hello, I am AC Supernova, and I am the Superior Empath. I want to talk to you today about the Superior Empath versus the Narcissist. I want to preface this video by saying what I am about to say should not be how you approach your narcissist. Depending on your narcissist, this could be very dangerous for you. Now that that's out of the way, let's continue. My life was not this perfect princess fairy tale of king and queen living in a castle and having the perfect offspring, and they all lived happily ever after. No, my life was much darker than that. Think more along the lines of princess gets locked in a tower by herself from the evil queen, while the other firstborn prince was given the royal treatment, the golden child, if you will. We all know about that golden child, don't we? And King Daddy ran far away from the kingdom without ever looking back to see how his princess was being treated. You see, he was a low-level narcissist, addicted to drugs and alcohol. The middle-range queen could no longer have that tarnishing her facade. The queen didn't want her lowly princess becoming that of the king either, hence being locked away in a tower. Now that you have a visual, let's continue. As I was locked away, I honed in on my skills and abilities. I learned how to read people. I also learned how to manipulate to get what I wanted, or actually, what I needed. See, as long as you did what the queen expected, you would be allowed out of the tower for a bit of a reprieve. So you watched, listened, learned how to get on the narcissist's good side. And yes, I use good side loosely. You realize the narcissist, the master manipulator, could be manipulated themselves. You honed in on those skills. You got really good at it. When you're a victim of narcissistic abuse, you're learning survival skills. And that's exactly what I was doing. Fighting the narcissist for my own survival. I learned how to lie to get out of being told I was a worthless piece of shit. I learned how to manipulate to save myself from getting hit across the face with a metal spatula. This was my spiral into my narcissistic side. Now let me say, we all have narcissistic tendencies. We get jealous over the friend who bought the new car while yours is maybe a few years old. No one is 100% pure. And if anyone tries to tell you that, well, then you're probably dealing with a narcissist. I just had to use my narcissistic tendencies of lying and manipulation more than the average person. I also have very high empathy. I watched my narcissistic parent at funerals not even shed a tear. Of course, there were the facial expressions and the words used. That's cognitive empathy. But never a single drop of water ran from those green eyes. I never understood that part. You see, I was wired differently. My heart would ache for the loss of the life that once was. Tears would flow from my eyes so freely. I could barely have a coherent conversation at these sad events. I took in every drop of sadness that was in that room. It would take such a long time for me to stop feeling this heartache. I still mourn and cry over the loss of pets and people that I've lost along the way. This is empathy, something a narcissist does not have, not even an ounce worth. They are completely void of it. I'll give you another example. I help friends and family. without any need for reciprocation. I'm one of those people that goes to the drive-up coffee shop and will pay for the person behind me. And I don't rush to social media and announce my good deed. In fact, you listeners, you're pretty much the only people that know, besides the cashier, but it's never made to be a big deal. I actually don't like it when the cashier tells me that it's such a good deed and it's so nice. I'm not looking for that, so it makes me a little uncomfortable. So I've also given money to charities while remaining anonymous, paid off people's debt without ever wanting or expecting to be paid back. I was a child in the lunchroom who would share my lunch with the less fortunate classmate who didn't have any food that day. I never even needed a thank you. This is foreign to someone with NPD. Everything they do is either expected to be returned or at least given some type of recognition. They'll also use it as leverage against you at some point. A narcissist doesn't understand someone wanting to help another with nothing in return for them. We look weak to the narcissist when we help others and get nothing in return. But this is part of our superpowers. This is fuel for empaths, helping others selflessly. The superior uses this type of fuel against the narcissist. The narcissist sees the superior happy without acknowledgement. This hits on the narcissistic trait of envy. They don't understand why or how the superior can shine so brightly after doing something so selflessly. And of course, the narcissist will try to dull this light by either belittling the act, name-calling, threats, or possibly by an act of violence, depending on your school of narcissist. The superior knows this and is ready with their own arsenal. They know what's coming. Remember, we feel it. The narcissist will not be able to dull the shine coming from the superior. The superior will not engage with the narcissist. We will play the silent treatment game the narcissist likes to play. We will remove ourselves from the situation. We know the narcissist better than they know themselves. We know they will retreat when they do not get the reaction they desire. This is part of narcissistic wounding. This takes away from their fuel. They slink and slither away while the superior is still left shining that bright golden light, striking yet another blow to the narcissist. The superior has an almost infinite supply of fuel because of the good deeds they do and the fuel they obtain by striking blow after blow after blow to the narcissist. We're kind of like the Energizer Bunny. We keep going and going and going. This is also another example of how the superior differs from the other school of empaths. Other empaths need time to recharge. Some, unfortunately, never get to recharge because the narcissist has drained them to the point of non-existence. But not the superior. We have a built-in battery with a solar charger attached. We are a rare breed. And it is with gratitude that I thank you for listening. There will be more videos to come, so make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any. And please, if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I'll be happy to respond. Until then, be well and stay alert.